Hi everyone and welcome to my 2-week postpartum update. I'm doing good. Can't believe it's been 2 weeks since I gave birth. That's just crazy. The last 2 weeks have just been crazy. Talk about hormonal. That is just I found it harder this time with having a 17-month-old and then having a newborn. I'm not sure what I mentioned last time in my 1 week postpartum, but I found everything a bit too much when I got home and trying to settle with a newborn again, and the every hour and a half to 2 hour feeds, and trying to look after Morgan, although I wasn't really looking after Morgan 100%. My partner was helping out and my mother was taking him every other day for the whole day. But I think because I was so tired and exhausted, it just got to me. It was all like too much. Like 1 minute I was heavily pregnant and the next minute he was here, and it was all so real. I just can't explain it. But the last week I've got more into the swing of things. My mum hasn't been having Morgan so much. I've been having him, and to be honest, when I had Harrison, me and my partner have been a bit up and down. We've been not arguing, but he's been finding things hard as well, looking at, trying to look after Morgan as well, which he's not used to, because I did it all before. So he's been trying to look after Morgan, and in the mornings he's been getting up as he never used to. We've been arguing, so this time when I come back from hospital it was a lot more stressful because we weren't really getting on that well as we should be after having a newborn baby. So the last week has been better, and the breastfeeding gets easier. I'm breastfeeding, didn't know if I mentioned that, but it was every hour and a half to 2 hours. It was just, he was on my breast all the time, and it was taking like an hour to feed him. It'd be like taking some milk, falling asleep. I'd have to try and change his nappy, wake him up, put him on the other's boob, put him on the other. It was just it was stressing me out, and I was stressing out because I wanted to 100% exclusively breastfeed, and I was really passionate about it, and it was stressing me out the fact that I wasn't enjoying it as much, and it was just hard work with a lack of sleep. Because when you've got one, when you've just got the one baby, you can go to sleep when they sleep in the day. When you've got two, no chance. But things are getting better this week, so thank God. Yeah, you kind of get into the swing of things fast. What's going on with the feeding now is Harrison was just non-stop feeding, and he was just taking so long to feed. It's like an hour, and then I'd put him down and he still wasn't content, and he wasn't sleeping very long. He'd go 2 hours, that's it, through the night. So I started giving him some formula in a bottle, about 3 ounces, about a couple of days ago, and he went 3 hours. Sometimes I give him a bottle in the day, maybe 1 or 2, and then I tend to give him a bottle now about 8:30 at night, and he goes to sleep then about 9:30, and that runs him through. He sleeps through 4 or 5 hours, and that gives me that little bit extra sleep, which is what you need, because broken sleep is just terrible. You can't think with it. So the formula I'm finding much easier, and with a bottle you know how much he's had, and I just find it so much easier. It's like when I was breastfeeding Morgan, I only breastfed him for 6 weeks, and that was I was pumping, I was breastfeeding, expressing and bottle feeding. In the end it just got so much. I was just doing all this sterilising bottles, breastfeeding, trying to think how much feed he's had, so I just gave it up. And also my boobs were engorged and rock hard and killing all the time. They're just so painful, so I just gave it up with Morgan. and put him on formula at 6 weeks, and then he was, you know, I was much happier with that, and I knew where I was. But I think this is what's going to happen this time with Harrison, because I'm slowly putting him on bottles. He has about 3 bottles a day. It's about 2 ounces each bottle, and he settles so much better with it and sleeps longer, and it's easier. I don't know, I feel bad for saying this, but I really do. But he's had a lot of breast milk. He's had 2 weeks. I am still breastfeeding. It is easier in the nights to kind of like pick him up, put him on my boob, and he'll feed. But then what happens is he falls asleep and then I fall asleep, and then I wake up and it's like 2 hours later and he's due another feed. So yes, I think I am still breastfeeding, obviously not 100% exclusively, and he's on formula as well. Whew, I'm really hot, sorry. So I think I'll gradually stop the breastfeeding and just put him on the bottles, because it's more comfortable for me, easier with a 17-month-old as well, who's very, very, very jealous at the moment. And when Harrison's feeding on me, he's looking, and when he's having a tantrum, he gets worse, the fact that I'm holding Harrison. And with bottles as well, you can get other people to feed them. Not that like I'm going to have my partner helping me feed the baby, giving him the start again, put my teeth back in. Not that my partner's going to be doing night feeds, but it is easier if you've got like my mum or his nan wants to give him a bottle, because when you're 100% breastfeeding, it's just on your breast all the time. Anyway, so that's what's happening with the feeding. What else going on? Sorry, I've gone quiet for a minute. Harrison is a good baby. He's different to Morgan because he is a bit more fussy, whereas Morgan was jaundice, and he was he'd be more content just like in his basket. So he does tend to fuss a bit more, and he definitely wants feeding regular. That's the thing. He's a little hungry one. Regarding me, postpartum, the bleeding is hardly anything, which is great. Nothing like with Morgan. With Morgan it was 6 weeks of constant heavy bleeding. I think that's because I had the forceps and the episotomy, you know, where they cut you. So yes, that's much better. It's what a difference it is to go from having an awkward delivery or assisted delivery with my first, having stitches and all that, and being a first delivery, you know, like a first labour, it's all new, and then having the forceps and the episotomy where they cut, I'd never get the word right, going to that, the first, I can't speak today, I don't know what's wrong with me. What I'm trying to say is going from that kind of experience with Morgan to Harrison, having a natural labour is just amazing. I mean, I was back on my feet half an hour after labouring, after delivering him, having a shower. I was in agony even 2 weeks after having Morgan, with standing and sitting down there, you know. It was just so much more natural this time. So everything seems to be fine down there. It's all healed, and my midwife signed me off yesterday, and you know, they come for a couple of times and weigh the baby and ask you questions, and she signed me off, and she was talking about contraception, and That was kind of funny. I was like, we're not even thinking about that yet. We don't even have time for a kiss on the lips, let alone a cuddle or getting into bed together. Oh, really hot. So I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, we're just settling in much better now. I'm finding I'm getting into more of a routine with Harrison. You get to know your baby a bit more, whereas in the beginning you don't know what noise that is and why they're doing this. Every baby's different. I've found this time I've lost a lot more weight quicker. I mean, I breastfed with Morgan, and I know the first week I had a stomach bug when I came out of hospital with Morgan. I feel like I've lost more weight than I did with him. I feel really, really skinny. Like, I don't like it. I'm paranoid about it, and I know it sounds terrible, and like most women would kill for this. But I feel a bit emotional and upset about it, because when I was pregnant, towards the end, I really liked the fullness of my face and the fullness of my figure. And I've always suffered to keep weight on. Like, for me to keep weight on and look a bit more curvy is I'd have to eat so much junk all day. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, I've lost loads of weight. I was 13 stone just before I gave birth, and now I'm 9.5, 10 stone. I think I was 10 stone. So I think it's a combination of giving birth, breastfeeding, and the stress of the relationship, and not so much arguing, but the stress of, I don't know, if it's going to work and all that malarkey. I found this time I've been a lot more emotional. I know I was with Morgan, but this time a lot more. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, the relationship thing, maybe. So that's what's going on, really. Yay. I won't talk anymore because my head's just gone with the wind today. So sorry if I've been a bit baffled, but I'll just show you my belly. So, 2 weeks postpartum. These are size 10 trousers and size 10 to 12 top, both from Primark, but so really I think I'm like a size 8 or 10, which I didn't really want to be because I like the having a fuller figure. Now I'll just show you Harrison. Here's Harrison. I don't know if I will be recording many videos from now on because I don't really have the time, and not just the time, I won't record without no makeup on because I just feel disgusting. So when I've got makeup on, when I've got time to put makeup on, I'll record a video, but not just that, it's just, you know, I've got a life now and I just don't really feel like I want to record many videos anymore. The main channel on YouTube for me was pregnancy, and you know, recording the kind of pregnancy journey. So here's Harrison. He's doing good. He's 8 pounds 12 ounces, 2 weeks old, and he likes to be held, don't you? Thanks everyone for watching my videos. I'm not sure when I'll update, but I'm sorry if I sound really down and depressed today. life is crazy. Don't forget to watch my labour and delivery video, and I will update when I can. Bye everyone.